Hello, welcome to our Tuesday evening council meeting. Thank you all for being here. We have Chief David St. Pierre with us. If you can please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Especially justice.
Thank you very much, Chief. Madam Clerk, I believe we're ready to begin.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. All roll call votes for this meeting will begin with the Councilor of Ward 1.
If I can have Chief, if you can please join me up front. So as many of you know, the Chief is retiring, and we have a mayoral proclamation, which I will now read. Honoring the service and leadership of Police Chief David St. Pierre on occasion of his retirement. Whereas Chief David St. Pierre has faithfully served the city of Lewiston for 33 years. You look fabulous. Beginning his career as a patrol officer and rising through the ranks to become chief of the Lewiston Police Department. And whereas Chief St. Pierre, a Lewiston native, has dedicated his career to protecting and serving the community he calls home, embodying integrity, humility, and professionalism in every stage of his service. And whereas under his leadership, the department strengthened community policing efforts, built trust with residents, and completed the long-awaited development of a modern police headquarters to better serve the people of Lewiston. And whereas Chief St. Pierre's steady present and unshakable leadership was especially visible in the aftermath of the October 25th, 2023 tragedy, where his calm resolve, compassion, and courage reassured a grieving city and provided clarity during one of Lewiston's darkest hours. Thank you so much for that. And whereas Chief St. Pierre is a respected member of the force who never forgot his roots, continually advocating for his officers' safety, training, and well-being, while also ensuring that Lewiston remained a safe and resilient community. And whereas Chief St. Pierre now retires with distinction, leaving behind a legacy of service, leadership, and sacrifice. Now, therefore, I, Carl L. Shaleen, Mayor of Lewiston, Maine, do hereby extend the city's deep appreciation to Chief David St. Pierre for his 33 years of outstanding service and leadership, and offer our best wishes for a long, fulfilling, and well-deserved retirement. May Chief St. Pierre's unwavering commitment to justice, his steadfast leadership in times of trial, and his devotion to the people of Lewiston stand as a lasting example for all who serve this city. Thank you so much. Chief, this does not come close to recognizing everything you've done for us, but I would be my honor to present you with the Lewiston Challenge coin. If I can get all the members of Lewiston PD who are here, come to the front for a photo. And of course the Chief's family.
That's right.
Oh, I think you were one of those that kicked in the door.
Okay, let's see how we do this. This side, we need to see Councilor Long. Can we have actually a few move behind? Stand up there. Oh, sorry, John Blaze. Sorry, John Blaze.
Hey, Brian.
Sorry, we need someone tall for this, so we adjust. Okay, Councilor Longchamp? Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Actually, just tell him to call me. Sorry. Yeah, it's too late now. Thank you.
Your turn.
God, this freaking kid got hit by a car.
Are those his parents?
Yes. Must be, because he heard them say there.
Oh, okay.
No, you're fine.
I didn't officer. Some kid just got hit yesterday. On a bike. Should have been on a bike.
Oh, he was not.
And his parents. Oh, yeah.
And now we have members of the Lewiston Youth Advisory Committee here. I'm also joined by the liaison, Councillor Soul. And can I have Devine Salengbi, the Workforce Development Specialist, please join us. Please, all the Youth Council, please join us. Just, stand over here.
That is great, guys. Yes, come right over.
Really happy to have the Youth Council, the new Lewiston Youth Advisory Council with us. Devine, do you want to say a few words?
Hi everyone. I'm very excited to be here to represent the Lewiston Youth Advisory Council. I'm so glad to be a part of this group and to work with such talented, brilliant, amazing young minds. And I'm so excited to see what the group will do, not only as LEAC members, but in their future.
I'm gonna start with you, and if you can just say your name and what grade you're in, and pass the mic around.
My name is Mona Hussein, and I'm a 12th grader. My name is Fatima Alzamili, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Miriam Omar, and I'm a 10th grader.
My name is Sebastian Pombo, and I'm a 10th grader.
My name is Mohammed Dakani, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Abdullahi Omar, and I'm a junior.
My name is Nyla, and I'm an 11th grader.
My name is Zara Bembi, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Aisha Ibrahim, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Dika Bashir, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Anisa Ibrahim, and I'm a 10th grader.
My name is Bailey Todorico, and I'm a 10th grader.
My name is Saeeda Abdi Samid, and I'm in 11th grade.
My name is Azli Osman, and I'm a 12th grader.
So we have certificates for everyone. As I call your name, if you can just come and get it and then go back to your spot, because we'll get a group photo afterwards. Abdullahi. Aisha. Anisa. Ashley. Bailey. Decca. Fatima. Miriam. Mohammed. Muno. Nyla. Sebastian. Saida. Zara. A huge round of applause for our new Youthland Youth Advisory Council. Okay, now we're going to get a picture.
Okay. Why are kids so tall these days? Here we go. Yep. I'm gonna have some of you step in this way. There. Thank you. Step forward. Yep. Okay. Okay, we got our tall Joe that's gonna help us out a little here. Not gonna go on the chair. Okay. Might be illegal. Okay.
I just wanted to be.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
Oh, lovely.
Go. All right, all set? All right, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
That's it? Yep. Yep.
Madam Clerk, I believe we have minutes.
We do. The minutes of July 15th and August 12th.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Councilor Gallant,
Second.
second by Councilor Najin. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Counselor from Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Do I have to abstain because I wasn't here on the 15th?
Sure.
Yep.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6?
Yes.
Ward 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 6-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We are now up to public comment. Any member of the public may make comments excuse me, regarding issues pertaining to Lewiston City government. This period is reserved for non-agenda items. Public comment is also allowed.
I'm back.
Oh, hold on one second. Public comment is also allowed during individual agenda items. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. Please state your name for the record and please indicate if you are a Lewiston resident. Because this is the business meeting of the City Council, all questions should be directed to the mayor, who will ask staff to follow up at a future time. It is illegal for the City Council to allow comments related to personnel matters. All personnel complaints should be made directly to the City Administration Office.
Ronnie Parity, Ward 6. I'm back. First, I want to compliment, I want to give kudos to Josh. Josh came to the Public Health Committee meeting and explained to the Public Health Committee what we need in Lewiston. And we need people from Lewiston to be active in public health and not people sitting in their office. My second point tonight is you people and many people in Lewiston and the top people do not listen to the people that are boots on the ground, that see what's going on in the city. Why did Corsi stay on for years and years? I remember when Jeremy used to sell needles or exchange needles outside his, what was this? Oh yeah, his station wagon. Nobody stopped him. This was the year. And then he took an overdose and died. And then the next girl that took over Corsi died also. Why are we letting the people at the top? They don't know. I worked for the CDC. I did not always follow the rules from the top because they did not know what was going on, really going on in the city or in things. We need people, boots on the ground, and know what's going on. And I'm tired of listening to people that sit in these offices, especially some of the nonprofits, that they sit in the office and give all the rules and all this research, but they don't know what's going on the streets of Lewiston. They don't know what's going on up in my area. I got a house that's been there, shack, for over 10 to 20 years. That code has tried to put away because the person owns it has money in this city. That makes my street look terrible at the beginning of the street. I've gone to council people, I've gone to code, and they tried. I can't say about code because code has tried. There's still sitting cars out there. They don't even have a license to sell cars. What are you doing? Why? We want people on the street. You're not listening to the outskirts of Lewiston. You're not listening to the seniors. I'm sorry. You're listening just to the people that sit in the office and don't really know what's going on. Susan Longchamp knows what's going on because she works. So does Rin. Sorry, I have to say that, but because things need to, I could tell you story after story, but I can't because of what my job was and because I can't tell you. But things aren't always perfect. And believe me, the people at the top, all they have is data and rules that don't work. Thank you.
Further,
Thank you, Mrs. Parody. Charles Soul, 42 Bradley Street, Lewiston, Maine. It's time to move ahead. I think when you decide on a police chief, it should be a woman. You can hire from within, and if you can't find one from within, look for one without. I think it's time for a good, clean slate, and the process is to move ahead. And I think it'd be a refreshing change from what I heard in the last couple of weeks or last couple of city council meetings. Looks like it wouldn't be a bad idea. Do your best to hire from within, a woman, and then if you can't, look outside in the public realm. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Jones, and I live in Ward 2. I also own property in Ward 7, where I own and operate Kids Space Inclusive Childcare. I'm here tonight to provide a timeline of my interactions and this council's step on the syringe ordinance. On November 14th, 2024, I sent my first email to this council about needle waste and syringe distribution. This was also about the same time that Council President Chittum, Councilors Soul and Harriman, John Connor, and other city staff met with COSI and COSI's director Zoe and her staff 9 months ago. We, the taxpayers, heard nothing from city staff or council until Councilor Soul brought it up at the March 18th meeting. The Sun Journal then ran an article about our city's mounting needle waste on March 30th, 5 months ago. In response to my April email to the council about this very topic, Council President Chittum told me that he'd been inside COSI several times and that he didn't see the connection between seeing their space and the needle litter in our city. On May 20th, Director John Connor was allowed 30 minutes to present a first draft ordinance to the council. Also in May, I emailed you all with concerns about Rise and Grind's Get High with a Homie ad that they were circulating throughout our city. I also emailed you to be sure that you were aware of boofing kits. You were given lots of very useful information in May. The first draft of this ordinance was presented over 3 months ago. In June, a panel of experts presented to the council, and they were allowed 60 minutes to present compared to Director Connor's 30 minutes. The syringe ordinance was then placed on the agenda for a first read, treated as a discussion, and the vote was postponed to July 15th. In July, the syringe ordinance vote was postponed a second time. In August, the syringe ordinance vote was postponed a third time. Also in August, I sent you all a compilation video of Mainers walking around high in public on drugs, and I asked you to defend your stance on that, and none of you responded to me. Since then, we've all learned what was actually happening inside COSI. We've heard the director shirk all responsibility while attempting to villainize the city officials who proposed an ordinance who would have prevented this from happening. Not only have you failed to represent your constituents, but your inaction has put us all in direct harm. I know I'm not the only constituent who has written you with concerns about this issue. The community is looking forward to seeing how you choose to handle this crisis now.
Andrew Jones, Ward 2. Piggybacking off of my wife's comments, I'm here tonight to share my thoughts on the recent developments involving the Church of Safe Injection's Main Street location. First, I'd like to share my connection with that building. Growing up in Lewiston, I spent many an evening in the basement of that building playing Dungeons & Dragons when that space was occupied by Zimmy's Comics. Those are good times and simpler times. To see that building now in its current squalor is disheartening. Last council meeting, we heard plenty of words from so-called experts of the harm reduction industry. And make no mistake, with the money involved in these enterprises, it is an industry. However, actions speak louder than words, and the actions of Cozy's Main Street location tell me all we need to know about these con artists. These syringe service providers need to be regulated hard at the city level, and the proposed ordinance is a good start. Personally, I would like to see an ordinance with standards so high that these groups don't take root in Lewiston, but I'll support what we can get right now. I put in a FOA request last week to get all the city records regarding the condemning of this building. The photos taken by code enforcement paint a grisly picture of what was happening behind closed doors at a so-called harm reduction site, a site where drug use is not only permitted, but encouraged. I've also recently become aware that this isn't the first time Cozy has needed to call in professionals to clean their building as a result of their clients living there and destroying the place. Also in the FOA files is an email from Council President David Chittum replying to Administrator Brian Cainrath's notice about the condition of Cozy and its pending condemnation. Chittum says, "It seems the suspicions are true. David, I'm curious to know what you knew or suspected about Cozy and when, because it looks like you had an idea of what was happening here the whole time that you've been hamstringing this council's efforts to pass an ordinance regulating syringe service providers. If that is the case, then you, sir, are complicit in putting the citizens of this city in danger, and I call for your resignation from this council."
Further public comment? Public comment is now closed. Madam Clerk, I believe we have a consent agenda.
We do have a consent agenda this evening. Oh, I apologize. The city administrator's report is next, Mr. Mayor.
Administrator Cainrath, please proceed with your...
but not all the time, Mr.
Please proceed with your report. We're
Thank you,
anxious
sir.
to hear it.
It's a short one. Just an update on the chief of police search process. I would like to thank everyone who came out a week ago tonight, last Tuesday, to our public listening and feedback session. I thought it was really a great session, some good turnout, some good comments, and those comments will be definitely noted and used moving forward through the search. So thank you to everyone that came out and shared some thoughts and ideas about where we go from here. That application period is open through the end of this week. And the advisory committee that I talked about will be, in the next week or so, we will release the names of that committee and have that panel seated before we actually begin reviewing applications and scheduling interviews. Just a couple of quick staff updates and milestones. I'd like to welcome 2 new officers to our police department. Theodore Doyle and Faith Robillard were both recently sworn in and will be attending the Maine Criminal Justice Academy. So congratulations to them and welcome to our police department. I'd also like to welcome Mansour El Alawi, who recently began as our new lead abatement program manager in our Economic and Community Development Department. We welcome them, wish them much success in the years to come with the City of Lewiston. Also have a couple of promotions to note. In the Public Works Department, Jonathan Sylvia, Danny May, and Radcliffe Thorpe were all promoted to equipment operator. And our Fire Department Lieutenant James Pelletier has been promoted to captain. So congratulations to all of them and your continued success here with the city. My next public open office hours session will be on September 30th, 5 to 6:30. Location still to be decided, so we'll notify everyone as soon as we have that location nailed down. And lastly, I just want to mention we have had some great tree replanting going on around the city. So you'll notice on Lisbon Street, many of the empty sidewalk tree spaces are now occupied by new trees. We've additionally planted some new trees and other replacement trees in neighborhoods and streets around the city. So I'd like to thank Public Works for their attention and efforts there. And we will be keeping on this effort with making sure our street trees are taken care of and replaced when they do come down for various reasons. And this is part of our overall effort with city beautification. So thank you to Public Works for their efforts. Thank you.
Administrator Cainrath, thank you for your report, and I appreciate your service to our city. Madam Clerk, consent agenda.
Yes, we have 2 items on the consent agenda this evening. Item number 1, order authorizing execution of municipal quitclaim deed for real estate located at 119 Stetson Road. And number 2, adoption of meeting schedule for the month of November.
May I have a motion, please?
I move both items on the consent agenda.
Councilor Chittum, second by Councilor Gallant. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Counselor from Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Yes.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6?
Yes.
Ward 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 7 to 0.
Item number 3.
Item number 3, public hearing for approval of an outdoor entertainment permit for a musical concert for the Busking Festival along Lisbon Street. Requested action to conduct a public hearing on an application for an outdoor entertainment event for the Busking Festival along Lisbon Street and to grant a permit for an outdoor entertainment event as required by the City Code of Ordinances, Chapter 10, Article 1, Section 10-3, to the City of Lewiston for an outdoor music concert to be held along Lisbon Street on Saturday, October 4th, contingent upon positive recommendations from the Police Department, Fire Department, Code, Health Officer, and Land Use Inspector regarding compliance with all regulations and compliance with all city ordinances.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Councilor Chittum, followed by Councilor Harriman. I notice that we have a Special Assistant Grockmail in the audience. Can you please kick us off for this?
There we are. Is that good? All right, perfect. Well, thank you once again for having me up here. So for those who are unfamiliar with this project, a few months ago I sat in this seat right over here and pitched the idea of bringing a busking festival to downtown Lewiston. For those who are unfamiliar, busking is a term used to describe street performance. So this is music, juggling, circus acts, elements like that. At the time, the council expressed an interest in us moving forward with this. I'm pleased to report over the past few months, we've made significant progress in this regard. We've built out a basic plan for how we're hoping to bring live entertainment to Lisbon Street, as you can see in your packets today. We've met with community partners, we've met with local artists, we've spoken with city staff. Honestly, the amount of support we've received so far has been surprising even to me, and it's wonderful. People seem very excited about this. To be able to run this event successfully on October 4th, we require an outdoor entertainment permit for us to be able to bring performers to the street. As an aside, before further deliberation, we actually opened the performer Google form earlier today. So it's now open if you have an act, if you're interested in performing, and assuming, of course, that the permit is approved. We would love to have people sign up and bring their talents to our city. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions, comments from the council? Public comment for this agenda item.
Matthew Egren, Ward 5. I'm pleasantly surprised and happy to see that this has come together this fast. Many things we've done take time, much too much time. We've jumped right on this. It's going to happen this year. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Further public comment? Back to the council. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilor from Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Yes.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6?
Yes.
Ward 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 7 to 0.
Thank you all.
Item number 4.
Item number 4, public hearing for approval of an outdoor entertainment permit for a musical festival for the Rally for Recovery in Kennedy Park. Requested action to conduct a public hearing on an application for an outdoor entertainment event in Kennedy Park and to grant a permit for an outdoor entertainment event as required by the City Code of Ordinances, Chapter 10, Article 1, Section 10-3, to the Lewiston Area Public Health Committee for an outdoor music concert to be held at Kennedy Park on Saturday, September 20th, contingent upon positive recommendations from the Police Department, Fire Department, Code, Health Officer, and Land Use Inspector regarding compliance with all regulations and compliance with all city ordinances.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Councilor
Second.
Gallant, second by Councilor Chittum. Questions, comments from the council? Yes, Councilor Gallant.
I attend this and am very involved. It's a great event for people in the community to come out and see some of the services that are being offered. from a mental health standpoint, from a drug and alcohol standpoint. There's music, there's a lot of testimonies of people who are successful right now in their struggles with addiction, those who understand that. It's a day-to-day type thing for people to live. There'll be food, entertainment, so I invite the public to come out and see all the many services that are being offered here in the Lewiston area that are designed to help those in need. Thank you.
Yes, Councilor Longchamps.
Yes, I would just like to say I too have attended the event, and it's great. It's a great community event, and I hope to see a lot of people there this year. Thank you.
Public comment for this agenda item. Back to the council. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Council from Ward 1?
Yes.
Word 2?
Yes.
Word 3?
Yes.
Word 4?
Yes.
Word 5?
Yes.
Word 6?
Yes.
Word 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 7-0.
Item number 5.
Item 5, order authorizing the granting of an easement to 59 LLC across a portion of 78 Lisbon Street to install and maintain a retaining wall, daylight egress pathway, fencing, and related site improvements. Requested action to approve the order authorizing the granting of an easement to 59 LLC across a portion of 78 Lisbon Street to install and maintain a retaining wall, daylight egress pathway, fencing, and related site improvements.
So moved.
May I have a motion, please? Yes.
Second.
Councilor Chittum, followed by Councilor Harriman. Yes, thank you. Yes, Deputy Director Blais, would you like to kick us off?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, members of the City Council, Mayor Shalene. My name is John Blais, Deputy of Economic and Community Development. With me is Peter Lavoie, Managing Partner of 59 LLC. As the clerk had said, really this is a request for an easement of to benefit 59 Park Street. The easement is about 550 square feet, located at 7 Lisbon Street, map 78, lot 68, described in the Androscoggin County of Deeds, book 1097, page 320. It's also known as the Courthouse Plaza. For clarity and record keeping, we've provided a wall and easement plan, clearly labeling the easement area. The easterly side is about 6 feet wide, and the westerly side is about 8 feet wide. The reason for this is that it's a planned conversion of an existing building that really improves daylight to convert from what was an old 2-story brick building known as Victor News. It was really a commercial building, and to utilize the building for apartments, about 12 apartments or so, daylight basement, daylight is requested. In order to do that, to get the amount of units and the return on investment for this conversion, this is basically a retaining wall with a fence is being requested to be built. This is really, I think it's a significant opportunity for revitalizing the efforts in the downtown for housing. It will improve public safety in this area, and it will bring an underutilized building back into a productive use. I couldn't be happier to see someone like Mr. Lavoie here, pushing forward this project for a great conversion, and I think it'll be a great addition to Park Street. I know that there was some conversation about the easement description and deed. It will be specifically followed with the Androscoggin County Registry of Deeds. The plan will be stamped, and as well as the description will be stamped as well. So that will be part of the packet. I'll go over that with the city administrator upon approval of city council. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Councilor Chittum.
Thank you, Mr. Blais, Deputy Director Blais, and Mr. Lavoie. I appreciate this. A couple of questions for you. Will public have access to this 6 to 8 foot wide strip along the old Victor News building?
No, they won't have access. The plan is to build basically a retaining wall with a 6-foot fence along that area. It's needed to, again, to get daylight basement, to get the elevations to make the property work.
I understand that. In fact, the retaining wall will be about 6 feet tall on the Park Street end and tapering down to 0 toward Lisbon Street. Section 2 says that the easement is granted and is subject to non-interference with the city's use of the area. The city uses that as public access right now, so what you've just said is a conflict.
Well, a portion of that's not going to be used. This is basically, the park itself is, I would consider, part of the access for the public. I wouldn't consider this section being used by the public. It's got brush and debris in there. I wouldn't even call it accessible.
I beg to differ. I think it is accessible for the wrong uses. We have some homeless people living behind the brush there and recreating, if you will. So this is a vast improvement over that situation. But the intent, just so we're clear, and I asked Mr. Lavoie directly, the intent is that this easement would then preclude the public use of that strip of land adjacent to your building. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
if you
thank
could just move the mic closer to you, that'd be great for our audience at home. I think it's already on, or no?
Hello?
Oh yeah.
That is correct.
Okay, then I would ask that Section 2 of the constructive easement deed be clarified, that the public will not have a right to use this piece of land. In Section 5, there's a question about liability policy. A question for Administrator Cainrath. Do we have somebody in the city that verifies that these liability policies are maintained on an annual basis?
I can certainly get a direct answer to that question. I imagine it's in the finance department. But
Okay.
we can report back.
All right. It would seem to me that as long as we're requiring these policies, that we ought to have somebody that was verifying that they're actually being implemented. And finally, a technical question. You noted that there was an error in the easement description, and it will be signed or sealed by a land surveyor before being registered. I've looked at the plan by DM Roma Consulting Engineers. I'm not quite certain what the surface is. That's typically a symbol for concrete. Can you tell me, Mr. Lavoie, what will be between the retaining wall and the building? What's the surface of that?
Yes, that is concrete.
That is concrete. Has drainage been considered? Right now, that's permeable surface. And I'm wondering what happens with the water that is now, and I'm forgetting, I don't think it's coming off the roof, but it certainly would be water falling on that area now. Has got to find its way to the catch basin at the foot of the ramp.
Yeah, the water from the roof does not go that direction,
Yeah.
but the water essentially goes the same direction that it is going at present.
Well, as I said, it's permeable surface now, so the water is essentially percolating into the soil. With a concrete surface, it will no longer be able to do that.
I understand.
Could you have your engineers address that question, please?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Longchamps?
Yes, I think this is great, although I'm jealous because I wanted that building. It's great for housing. And is this actually how you're going to design it? Is this what it's actually going to look like in the front of it?
Yeah, that's
similar?
Yeah, similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think, I'm going to sound really stupid, but what are those things called that you put up there for the water, when it rains? Gutters. That would probably take care of.
It actually drains internally. Now it drains, and the roof drains into the alley between this building and the Salvation Army building.
I do want to bring attention to the council that this plan, because of the amount of units, will go in front of planning board. It will have site plan review and approval. And any of those questions that the councilor had could be addressed at that point.
Again, I think it's it's ideal for housing because, as most of us know, it was a convenience store for a very long time, right? And then the basement was basically storage, but it was completely gutted out. So that's why people aren't jumping on it to buy it, because it's like millions of dollars to, fix that up to be a store again or a restaurant. So thank you for thinking of housing, and I think it's a great location for it. And I think that fencing looks really nice in the windows. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Thank you.
Further questions, comments from the council? Public comment for this agenda item. Back to the council. Thank you very much for investing in Lewiston. Councilor Glenn, did you have something?
Just getting ready.
We're ready now. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Counselor from Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Yes.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6?
Yes.
Ward 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Clerk. We are now up to the second public comment period for individuals who did not speak at the first one.
Matthew Agron, Ward 5. Let's start off with our balloon festival that we had this year. Great event, great weather. I don't think we've had that good of weather for years. Last year I asked for better weather, we got it. Well done, guys. And we had great volunteer staff that were down there. To Chief St. Pierre, 33 years with one department, well done. Hope you're still watching tonight, or later on tape, because you told me that you paid attention to these meetings. That's how you knew my name when I first talked to you. And then on our lead abatement program, we were told last year we have like 70 years worth of work to do in the city in order to clean up all of our lead problem. I have a serious question. At what point should the city pull, at least from rental properties, occupancy permits for any property that tests positive for lead? It's a serious issue. Our kids are being affected by this. We won't because we don't have enough housing in the city, but it's a serious problem. These kids go forward. They're still getting the lead because it's going to take us 70 years, according to what we were told last year, to clean up this problem. That's unacceptable. You guys could make that call. Thank you.
Further public comment? Public comment is now closed. We are now up to reports and updates from the council. Should there be any? Councilor Chittum.
I merely wanted to report that the Railroad Board will be meeting for the first time since February on Thursday morning.
Seeing no further reports and updates, we are now up to new business for the council. Should there be any? Councilor Sol.
I just have something that I would like to read for the chief of police. All right. So tonight we honored not just a public servant, but a trusted leader, a mentor, and a lifelong son of Lewiston, our chief of police, Chief David St. Pierre. For 33 years, you have worn the badge with integrity, courage, and compassion. And for the last 4 years as our chief, you have carried the immense responsibility of leading the department with a steady hand and an unwavering commitment to both your officers and this community. Chief St. Pierre, you are so much more than a law enforcement officer. You are a neighbor, a friend, and someone who has dedicated their life to the safety and well-being of the city you have always called home. In times of challenge, you stood as a pillar of strength. In times of progress, you reminded us that trust, respect, and community partnership are the foundations of good policing. To the men and women of the Lewiston Police Department, you have been fortunate to serve under a chief who led not only with authority, but with heart. And to the people of Lewiston, we have all been fortunate to be protected by someone who viewed this work not as a career, but as a calling. Chief, on behalf of the City Council and the residents of Lewiston, thank you. Thank you for 33 years of service. your 4 years of leadership as a chief, and your lifelong dedication to this city. Your legacy will be measured not only in the years you served, but in the trust you built, the lives you touched, and the example you set. Lewiston is safer and better because of you. You will be greatly missed. We wish you a retirement filled with joy, rest, and time with your people you love, because you have most certainly earned it. Thank you, Chief St. Pierre, for everything.
That was beautiful, thank you. Further new updates from the council. Madam Clerk, I think that could be a record here.
After the previous record a couple weeks ago.
You have not been recognized, Administrator Cainrath.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Chittum, yes.
I move we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Counselor from Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Yes.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6?
Yes.
Ward 7?
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 7-0.
Have a wonderful night, Lewiston. Thank you.